Welcome to whatever this is. Today I'm going to talk about a theory regarding the Yami no Mi, which I think might be original because I haven't seen this theory anywhere else. But to get going, we need to establish some things first, like we have souls in the One Piece universe, and that's confirmed by Brook and Big Mom's Devil Fruits, respectively. And this means that it could be a thing with Blackbeard because he has the Yami no Mi, and the reason he can have several devil fruits and whatnot could be because when the Yami no Mi leaves the user, it might actually suck in the soul with the user's soul when it reincarnates, which means that potentially Blackbeard could have 2 or more souls in his body. And I'm basing this on very little, but there is of course the famous scene when he's about to fight Ace, when he says darkness is gravity. It has the power to pull everything in, everything. That might include souls. And then that got me thinking about his Jolly Roger. He has 3 heads, or 3 skulls on his Jolly Roger, and he made this Jolly Roger after acquiring the Darkness Fruit, which he got from Thatch when he was on Whitebeard's crew. So he killed the 4th commander and took the fruit, because this was the fruit he had been looking for all along. But this might not have been one of the things he knew about it, or it might have been. I don't know how extensive the Devil Fruit lexicon is, but essentially what I'm thinking is that this fruit had 2 previous souls from previous users, and that would be the first user, which I would assume came about during the Void Century, maybe, if that's indeed when Devil Fruits were created, and that's something that the world government wants to keep secret and yada yada. But that leaves the second soul, right? Because he has 3, his own and 2 others. So that could be potentially Rocksteady Zebek. I don't know if I'm really a fan of that, but it's potentially something that could be true. And that could also be why he's so good at scheming, because maybe he's had help from these 2 other souls. Maybe they can communicate within his mind or whatever. And that means, if this is true, and this is based on me thinking that devil fruits are connected to your soul, and don't really have any proof of that. We have, of course, the rumor from Water 7 that if you eat 2 devil fruits, you explode. This could be because 2 different so-called devils that are in the devil fruits are fighting for the same soul within the same body. The body can't handle it, boom, goes the dynamite. And this could also then explain why Blackbeard can have several fruits, because he has more than 1 soul in his body, so each soul can be tied to 1 fruit. And that's really where I'm at so far. We could go further with it. Cavendish, for example, does he have 2 souls? Because he has the demon Yakuba, is it? I think it's called, which he can, which comes forth when he goes to sleep, because 2 souls can't be active at once. Maybe that could be the same with Blackbeard. This doesn't 100% check out, because there's the rumor that we hear during the Odin flashback, which is that Blackbeard doesn't sleep, but this was before he got the darkness fruit. Maybe he didn't sleep, maybe he did and no one noticed it because he was careful not to sleep when other people were around, so that he could, he didn't sleep with one eye open, he didn't trust people, so he only slept when he was alone. It could be something like that. But that could also be some kind of foreshadowing that he actually did sleep back then, but he doesn't sleep now because he has 3 souls in his body, which means whenever the one in control goes to sleep, one of the other ones take over. Same with Cavendish. And this could potentially mean that Cavendish could have 2 fruits, because he might have 2 souls within him. Not sure if Jakoba counts as a soul, or if it's just a different personality, or whatever, really. I'm not sure, because it's not been explained as of yet. But this is basically where I'm at with this. And yeah, I've been thinking about it for a while. I haven't made a video because I didn't really feel like making a video until now. Didn't have a decent microphone and didn't really have the drive to do it. But yeah, I don't think I have anything else to add regarding this, so bye. Okay, I'm back. I realized that there were some things that I forgot to talk about that I meant to talk about. One of them is that during what's it called? Before Sky Islands, when they're on oh my god, I'm blanking on the name. It's called Jaya? Is that the one? I think it's Jaya, right? Anyway, Destroyed meets Blackbeard. They don't know he's Blackbeard and whatnot, but both Luffy and Zoro point out that it's not him, it's them. Or they. So, yeah, they think it's more than one person. Or it could be, at least, or it feels like more than one person. And again, some people have speculated that they're sensing the rest of the crew, but then wouldn't they just sense everyone on the island as well? Really doesn't make too much sense, but that's fine. And also another thing I was thinking about is artificial devil fruits. And the government, or Vegapunk I suppose, recreated the Ushi model, whatever. Ryu? The Kaido's fruit is the one that they replicated. They didn't think it was a success, and I'm not sure why, because I don't think anyone had eaten it, or maybe they had and they just killed the person who ate it to reincarnate it as a fruit. And I'm not sure why they considered it a failure. But they did manage to replicate the fruit, as proved by Momo. He has the same abilities that Kaido does. He can control it because he hasn't trained with it for as long as Kaido had time to do it, because Kaido has had like, I don't know, what 30-40 years or something? I'm not great with timelines, but he's had a long time to train with his fruit. Momo hasn't, but he can still do the same things. He even managed to do the flame clouds thing very fast, which is very impressive. But that got me thinking, if the Yami no Mi can suck out souls from people, and then you can have more fruits based on how many souls it sucked out of users, theoretically, wouldn't that mean that the world government could replicate the Darkness fruit, feed it to a slave, kill the slave, to have it reincarnate with the slave's soul, repeat that process however many times is the maximum? I'm not sure, maybe there is no limit because this isn't a real thing, but if there was a limit, they would just test it out until they found the limit, replicate that fruit as many times as they wanted, really, because they already, maybe the process is different for a Logia than it is for a Zoan, but either way, they managed to replicate a fruit, so they might be able to replicate another one, and maybe they could replicate the Darkness fruit, which then could mean, if this theory is real, which it might not be, they could have someone eat, let's say the limit is 5, they could have, and by 5 I mean 4 additional souls to your own, so the maximum is 5 total souls in a body. They could just replicate the fruit, have the fruit absorb 4 souls, then feed it to an admiral, for example. That admiral would be able to have 5 different fruit powers. And if they're able to replicate those fruits, they can replicate whatever fruits they want. They could replicate any fruit, as long as they have the person who uses the fruit, so they can get the lineage factor, I suppose, because that's supposedly what they did with Kaido. And that would lead to some interesting combinations. I mean, if there are indeed 5 fruits, there would have to be a top 5. This could be a reason to make a proper top 5 video. I actually might take the time to do that instead of continuing this video, but yeah, okay, I'll do that, because then it means I can elaborate, I can prepare. This is just off the cuff, it's midsummer, it was just something I thought of that I didn't put in the video, so now it's really done. Thank you. Bye.